Mm.
We train teachers like her on how they can use simple everyday items, in this case, a candle, a piece of paper, and a coin, to teach whatever topic they have to teach in the national curriculum. So we've actually managed to cover all the topics in the GES curriculum with activities that teachers can teach using purely locally available materials. And
just a moment there. All the activities in the curriculum. How much work was this? Actually translating the curriculum to practical stuff using local methods. This is like brand new, right?
It's taken several years, yeah. And we have a team that works on it, which has grown over time. So now we have about a dozen students mostly from Ashesi University who've studied engineering or computer science, and they put their creative energy to work to help us develop innovative ways of doing this. But it's been a multi-year effort.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. So one story I love to share to help paint the picture of what we're really trying to do is the story of Issifu. Interestingly, I just mentioned the team of people that work on the content. Issifu was leading this team at some point. That's how I got to know him. So just in short, he grew up in Bogota, in the Upper East Asia, in a pretty humble home. His mom, was selling in the market. His dad was a mechanic. And like most of his friends, he went to school when he was young, excited to be in school and all that. But a few years in, started realizing that school is pretty boring. And in fact, some of the subjects are so boring that it's hard to even understand what's going on and even pass the class. And so for him, mathematics was one of the subjects that he ended up really hating because it was that abstract and that disconnected from his everyday life. And he actually failed mathematics. When he got to junior high school, he had a new teacher for mathematics. And that teacher managed to teach in a very different way than what he had experienced up until that point. That teacher was getting them to cut shapes from paper, build little models from boxes, do all kinds of things in a more practical way. And suddenly, Issifu liked mathematics. He went from failing mathematics to actually being the top of his class in mathematics. And he points it to this one teacher who simply taught in a different way. Fast forward to when I met him, he was studying computer engineering at Ashesi University. And he was one of the top students we had at the university at the time. And as I speak to you now, he's a data scientist in a global company, which has been, life-changing for him and his family.